are not 100% on the road again. Instead, we have taken flight and we're chasing some sun, sand, and sea. So if you've been following our channel, typically we do RV content. These couple of stories will be just a little bit different in that we've taken flight, but we still plan to do a review of our resort, as well as a first. I upgrade you.
We'll show you guys the room, give you a review of that and the experience that we've had so far. We're excited about it. I hope you guys are too. And more to come.
Gracias. Cheers. We made it to Dominican Republic.
DR, we have arrived. So we're gonna start off our day with a little champagne for
our celebrations of the Virgo twin birthdays, and then today we'll also take a little walk around the property. I would say it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Everything seems to be like postcard worthy. Perfect.
Absolutely. So come along with us today, guys, and enjoy the beautiful DR.
As you can see behind us, we are currently standing in the main area lobby of the hotel. It's open air, but as luck would have it,
yeah, they're doing the lawn service here, so they're blowing and there's a lot of background noise, so we try to capture this and do something here, but we're gonna have to move out and find another spot. So it is what it is, but it's still paradise, still beautiful.
Take dos. We have relocated because of all of the noise behind us. So hopefully you can hear us and this comes through. The hotel itself opened earlier this year. It's a Secrets property, so we're here at Secrets Tide. We're north of Punta Cana, so we flew into the Punta Cana airport. The ride itself was about 45 minutes. There are so many gorgeous spaces around this property that hopefully this corner will work out for us. So what we wanted to do is just kind of share with everybody, maybe like 5 areas and categories, things that we found very helpful when we were looking and considering this location and various other resorts.
You know, I think the first is just the overall vibe or environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you did a lot of the work to get us here. So, I mean, as far as me being a participant,
as we know that you love to be,
it's overall it's gorgeous. It's picturesque. It definitely is a photo moment. Like if you really want to get your Instagram on, this is a beautiful place to do it.
So I couldn't agree more in terms of, you know, we're always talking about the vibe, the vision. You feel, you know, you're in the Caribbean, but you feel like you're in the Caribbean at every turn. From the moment that you step off into the resort, the way that they have everything landscaped, the open air lobby is just so fantastic. And then it doesn't take but a few steps where you see tons of palm trees and then you see that beautiful water in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly picturesque. And they're meticulous about maintaining the cleanliness of the overall resort. They do a fantastic job as far as the size of this resort. And then one thing that we were commenting on last night was just how everything is pretty much linear.
Yes.
Like when you walk down, you're able to constantly just see out, and everything is pretty much a straight shot. From when you walk in, you can just walk straight, and it just really just puts everything in perspective of how beautiful the Caribbean is. Everything as far as the palm trees are manicured to perfection. That gives you that picturesque. I mean, it's truly a postcard. It's like living in a postcard.
Absolutely. And on top of that, I would say the service really adds to the ambiance of this experience. Everyone is extremely helpful. We were in the DR probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it was more the resort versus the experience of the people, but we struggled a little bit in terms of the language barrier. Reggie speaks a little bit more Spanish than I do. I'm enough to be dangerous, but I think you got some skills over there. But this time around, one of the things that was helpful is that a lot more people at least speak English, or together we speak between broken Espanol and broken English together to get us there. Where before, when we were here, it was like no one spoke English, and that was extremely challenging.
Yeah, and their overall attitudes here at this resort is really it's really bar none. I mean, at the end of the day, every time you ask someone, ¿cómo estás? They're like,
excelente is the response.
It's never a bad day for them. It probably is, but they'll never admit it. So that's something you can look forward to appreciating. And they are extremely over the top in customer service, and really they are. They really put their best foot forward to make sure you're comfortable, that you have what you want, that you have what you need. And will go above and beyond to service you, especially with us spending birthdays here. Went really they went really over the top, and I made sure that it was a memorable experience. So.
Absolutely, and then that would be my recommendation for, even if you know just some basic Spanish, I think that goes a long way, that it shows respect for the culture. It shows that you're trying to meet them where you are. I mean, let's not be those folks who travel and expect everyone to speak English. Of course not. We're in a foreign country. But I think showing the effort is in a very respectful way. It goes a long way, and it's very much appreciated.
And they're happy to teach you. Someone took a Spanish class.
Sí.
She took
Habla español poquito.
Yeah, so I mean, but they offer that, and they understand. We're here to patronize them, and they're here to provide us with excellent service. So.
And shout out to Teddy. He was my Spanish instructor. He's a very popular and hospitable guy. He's part of the team that serves you around like the pool decks and activities. So hi, Teddy.
Yep.
Hopefully third time is the charm. You never think about how much ambient noise is around this property, between them piping in music to make you relax, to them doing maintenance with equipment. There are a lot of activities around the various pools, so
conversations that are happening.
Yes, so we apologize, guys, if the audio is not the best. It's a challenge for us as well. But speaking of pools, that was another big thing that we were looking at as we were doing our research. On property, there are 3. There's one for the Preferred Club. There is a quiet pool and an activity pool. But I would say, since we've been here, for the most part, they all have been fairly chill. I really think the 2 that are not Preferred Club have been the quietest, unless they're doing like an activity like aerobics or something. Yeah,
and this might just be the time of year that we're coming, but this has been pretty perfect. It hasn't been really rambunctious. It's not like a ton of people. There's enough, of course. There's people here, but it's not like where you're having to wait in line to get into a restaurant to eat, or you have to wait in line multiple times to get a drink from the bar. There's no wait. It's been pretty seamless. Just step up, get what you need, get what you want, and you're in and out. So I've enjoyed that.
Absolutely. And then pool towels have not been an issue. I know at some other resorts, when they have a very high occupancy rate, they tend to run out of towels, but that has not been an issue. Also around the pool, we have not felt the need, we being me, because I typically get up early anyway, but I haven't felt the need to get up first thing in the morning and to come and reserve a spot around the pool. I feel like
it's been really available.
Yeah, pool or the beach. I will say the caveat is we do have a swim out, and so we've really been taking advantage of our swim out, but even so, when we've mid-morning ventured out, there have been open spots, other than, those prime spots that people want to just, that perfect in the center of the pool.
We're literally sitting across from a pool now, and there's probably maybe 10 people over it, and a pool that probably fits about 50 or 60 people. So I just think the availability, the openness, it's been excellent, and it's a great experience thus far since being here. We got a couple more days left, so we're definitely trying to take in all that we can before we go back to our normal day-to-day grind, but living in paradise. It's good. It's definitely good.
We've chased the sun, the sand, and the sea to the DR on this trip, and it has been glorious. Although we do miss RVing, there is a difference. I felt that difference in packing, the stress of it all, and not knowing that I can pack whatever. But separately, I also do a quick video about what I did pack and just some of the things that you may find helpful. So look out for that as well. Outside of the pool, I would say the next thing would be Preferred Club in our room. We did choose to do the Preferred Club. I do think for us it was money well spent in terms of, I'm not going to say the service, because I feel like the service, it feels equal even when we're not in Preferred Club environments. What I did like is checking. I like having to come into a lobby. We were able to rest and be there, settled with refreshments immediately. That was really nice. It's helpful throughout the facility to have a couple of Preferred Club lounges and some Preferred Club areas. And I have noticed there is a difference if you do drink alcohol. There tends to be more premium liquor, a few more options at those locations. So that is what I've enjoyed. And I would say this time of year, it's not a big deal because, again, you mentioned it's not super crowded.
Right.
But with this heat, and if it was like in the middle of the summer, there's so many small little pockets. And by so many, I mean at least like 3 or 4 small pockets where you can escape to in the AC that I think is really helpful. And they're very quiet.
Yeah, very quiet. Like, we just came through one to get in here, as you probably saw just a few minutes ago when we came into the bar here. And it's just very quiet. It's very mature for the most part. And if you enjoy that type of vacationing at a resort, yes, I would highly recommend it at this point.
This is not the place to come on a rambunctious friends, girlfriends, couples weekend. There are activities.
Yeah, there's activities.
But this is not, fist pump, DJ going. There are DJs. There have been multiple events, but this is much more quiet. Couples, there are friend groups. You can see there's been some work trips here, but the overall vibe is much more zen and much more chill than some of the other resorts that we've gone to.
Yeah, and which is funny too, just it's a side thing. We don't, they didn't issue any like bracelets or anything. That's kind of cheap. I won't say cheesy, but I know in Mexico we got bracelets. They were actually nice.
Preferred Club,
you know,
all of that.
But how they do it, how they monitor it, I don't know. But at the end of the day, we know what we paid for, so we have the right to go. And one other thing, they always ask when you go to eat or, get any food, your room number, then do you have any food allergies? Mm-hmm. So they're very conscious of your eating habits and what could concern you from a medical standpoint. So that's nice. That's a nice thing to have.
And then there are a few extra Preferred Club restaurants. So in the morning, that one's beachfront. That's really nice. And then for dinner, the Oceana, the Lobster Divine. That's probably been my favorite meal thus far. And that may be a good transition in terms of restaurants. How many? We'll count them up. There's enough to pique all of your taste, interest, and variety. We have found ourselves going to the sports bar a couple times.
Yeah, the sports bar is, and it's, again, we've been the only ones in there every time we go in there.
We've gone for lunch.
It's cool, but their burger is outstanding.
And we haven't had burgers in a very long time.
Very long time.
And so it was well worth the wait. The buffet for lunch, that to me was surprisingly pretty good. The fish especially.
Yeah.
All of their grilled fish options have been nice. And it's not a buffet where food is sitting.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a small enough portions where they're constantly refreshing, even down to some of the fish, the steaks. You know, they're putting out, and it could be just because of the crowd size, they're putting out no more than like 8 to 10 pieces at a time. And there's someone constantly there grilling and refreshing those proteins. They have various Dominican dishes. Of course, you know, if you're into sushi, we've learned our lesson about Sushi International, so we didn't venture there. And you know, it runs the gamut there's a lot of options from heavy to light to fresh, breads, desserts. You know, your desserts is what you typically get outside of the US. They're not overwhelmingly sweet, so everything has a very semi-sweet taste to it, which I personally really enjoy.
And one other thing, knock on, you know, some wood here, the filtration system seems to be very solid here for water. There's plenty of bottled water. They actually encourage you to drink bottled water. Don't drink their local water. But, you know, we love our ice. So, you know, we've been getting ice from them all over the place.
Yeah.
So far so good from that standpoint. So I think their filtration system that they have here for the hotel is pretty premium. We brush our teeth with bottled water.
Yeah.
Similar to when we're RVing, regardless of filtration. Just don't want to take a chance of that.
Yeah. All right, well, good morning. We are up and at it, had some breakfast and wanted to take advantage of the early morning hour before everyone gets out here, just to continue on with our tour from yesterday. We had so many challenges with audio and things being loud. So we only got halfway through things that we wanted to share. So today I'll take you around to show you some of the beach areas and the pool areas. We actually are located in this building, and I'll come up and let you see that. So this is sort of the outside space of our swim out, and I'll swing around. Here's the Preferred Club pool, and right there in the horizon, that is the beach. So super close, so very lovely. One nice thing that they do offer is that when you come out, they have a beach attendant that will come out and help you set up your chairs, you know, recognizing that there could be sand and various things on them. And so he walks around and cleans off the chairs whenever you come out. And so really nice gentleman. Hola. Good morning. Bien, ¿eh tú?
Good.
So here's all the shading. Your chair setup is typically 2 loungers and an Adirondack chair. And even though it has been very hot, it's probably about a 15-degree difference with the shade underneath the palapas. See, that's your view for the day. It's always so fantastic. So this is the one of the setups that you do have to reserve, and there is an extra cost associated with this that you typically can rent for the day or half a day. The concierge would take care of it for you. So you have kind of a sofa, 2 loungers. It would come with a cooler situation. Here's the view. And then you have a double setup in the sunlight for those of you who really love the sun. And then you have this lovely swing. I'll test it out for you. I would caution you though, if you do come to the beach, be prepared for the folks that walk around to either encourage you to buy a service, whether it's parasailing, any type of excursions. There's also vendors for local goods, whether it ranges from sunglasses to local artisan work. We have found typically if you just smile, don't engage, and just say, thank you, gracias, or just hand signal, for the most part, they are very respectful of it. You do have to be very firm though. It's not a situation that being nice is going to get you very far, because they will see that as an opening. But if you're just really firm but nice, like, no thank you, I'm not interested, don't lead them on of starting to engage in a conversation, because again, that is a small little door that they will open and walk into. But again, after a couple times, you'll see the same people after they approach you, maybe once or twice. From based off of our experiences, they then have left us alone for the remainder of the time.
We'll continue to chase the sun, sand, and sea, but not in our RV.